Welcome back to the Crypto Picture channel, where I help you see crypto through a clear lens. Today we're going to do a market update. I am kind of in this 50-50 zone. I would say a no trade zone for me personally. I'd rather buy a little bit higher at these levels or at this point rather than put my money in and the market drops, right? I've had a lot of questions from the Telegram group and people in the Telegram group. I'm not selling my long-term hold. I'm very profitable in my long-term holding position. I haven't got a macro sell signal on market Cipher. I've only taken a 30%, about a 30% cash position, 29% cash position in my trading account. And then I have about 35% in Ethereum and then about 30% in Bitcoin. And then I'm looking at about 10% in Polkastarter, XOR, and EGLD. So the reason I've done this is because EGLD, Polkastarter, and XOR just look to be stronger than some of the other coins I'm looking at. Now you have to remember, in my holding account, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, and Chainlink. Those ones I have not touched. I will let you guys know when I'm, looking to get out of some of those positions, right? But for right now, it's mainly just my trading account, just because I want to preserve capital. And if we do get a drop lower, I want to have some cash reserves to pick up on the low side. As mentioned, I don't sell into weakness, so I am seeing a bit of market strength here, like especially if we look like even EGLD from the bottom, right? It's already up 61%, right? So if I was holding EGLD during this drop, I would maybe take some off of the table here, but it's a very new position and I'm willing to hold it because it does look strong, right? We have broken out of this pattern to the downside. However, I'm still going to maintain my bullish bias because the RSI is still in the bullish control zone. If we are below this pattern and we see a break of the bullish control zone, which is this red line right here, then I will think about closing out my position. But for right now, as long as we maintain the bullish control zone, I'm willing to hold on my trade. Even if we look at the 6 hour, it's still elevated to the to the upside. It's still looking like it wants to go north, so I'm gonna still hang on to this. And a lot of people ask me like, oh, like you flip on a whim, like you can kind of change your thesis really quickly. Well, yeah, as a trader and investor, you have to be prepared to change your mind quickly, right? That's why we have a long-term holding account and a trading account. If you're not trading, then don't worry about this, right? This is all just noise until we get a macro sell signal. If we get the macro sell signal, then you can flip to a bear. On the macro level, I'm still bullish, but I still want to see how March is going to close out. I've been telling you guys for the past few videos, basically since March closed. So March is really what I'm looking at right now to see how Bitcoin closes, how Ethereum closes, and that will give us a really good idea of what to anticipate over the coming months. So with that being said, I am still holding my EGLD position. It is, below the pattern, but that's okay. I'm willing to hold this as long as we maintain above the bullish control zone on the 4 and 6 hour chart. If we do start breaking below, I'll obviously, let you guys know in the Telegram group that I am, I'm personally exiting my position here. I do have a little bit of EGLD in my long-term holding account, like nothing crazy. I think it equates to about 2% of my total account. But yeah, that's what I'm doing as of right now. Bitcoin, oh yeah, we're on the weekly here. So the main reason that I decided to take profit here is, as I've been showing you guys, we got rejected from that 0.618 level, right? I'm not down to sell here, so I've sold You know, I've sold some of my trading account on across the board because I kind of use Bitcoin as my oscillator. I sold, you know, not at the bottom, right? I don't sell bottoms, right? So I'll wait for a nice push back to the upside, and then I'll start exiting some of my positions unless I had stop losses that got triggered here. But for the most part, if I didn't have any stop losses or very loose stop losses, because a lot of my positions are significantly in the green, just because I've been, I bought a lot of altcoins back here, and as you can imagine, some of those were up hundreds of percent by the time we got here. So even with this drawdown, I still closed out a lot of my positions at 100, 200, 300% gains, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at as of right now. If we look at the shorter time frames, we're getting a 6-hour buy here, which is fantastic. It has not been confirmed yet, but what I like to see is on the 4-hour it has been confirmed, but this is a trigger wave, right? Which is very good. Trigger waves are awesome. We like to see this because this means there's not as much sell pressure as buy pressure. But what I'm waiting for, to be honest, like I would rather buy up here than hold my, and again, this is my trading account, guys, right? My trading account. So for my trading account, I would prefer to buy back 10% higher on the Bitcoin comparison than, hold my altcoins here, come all the way back down, and then get another solid buy signal. So either way, the risk to reward ratio for me is 1-to-1. I don't like 1-to-1 risk to reward ratios. I like 3-to-1. I like 4-to-1, right? So for me right now, I want to see a break above this level, and I want to confirm it as support. And then I am micro bullish again. Still macro bullish for the meantime. I haven't got any bearish signals, sell signals on market Cipher. I mean, we are seeing some clustering here of like sell pressure, but this 2-week candle hasn't closed until Sunday. So if we do close above the body of this candle, which is roughly at $48,712, this red sell candle will disappear. Another thing I'm looking at is this red line I've mentioned. This is also a macro level for me. If we close a weekly below it, I would take some profits out of my long-term holding position. But again, what is really important for me is breaking above this 52,500 level, let's call it. That's extremely, extremely important for me. And we don't have to do it this week. We don't have to do it next week, but I would really like to see it in 3 weeks from now, us trading above this level, for me to keep my full-blown macro bull thesis alive, okay? One other thing that's good is that we're not seeing Bitcoin dominance shoot up yet. So it means that people are still willing to speculate on altcoins, which means there may be a lot more bullish momentum in this market than what it looks to be like as of right now. So looking at this, I will make decisions based on which direction this goes in, whether my trading account is going to be more allocated towards Bitcoin or Ethereum. My holding account will remain the same as long as we don't see a macro sell. Ethereum, and this is another reason why I'm not like bearish here, right? So people think like I'm bearish. I'm not bearish. It's just maybe I have a much larger account size than most people that are in here. So for me personally, with my trading account, I'd rather mitigate my risk and buy a little bit higher than hold it, all the way back down, where I could just buy here and then play another bounce to the upside with a trading account, right? One thing that we are seeing here for Bitcoin and Ethereum, which I do like, is we're kind of getting this, head and shoulder type pattern, inverse head and shoulder, right? So you got your left shoulder here, right? Your head and your right shoulder. So this is kind of like, the bulls kind of fighting back here and reclaiming a support level. So, this is good, right? And then we do have, right here, we do have a trigger wave. So trigger waves are typically bullish. RSI is green. So we'll have to see what happens here. But again, for me, I'd rather buy you know, like really, what is this for me? Like, it's, you know, it's like, let's say I buy 10% higher. I'm still buying at 1681. And then if we break above this level, I am really anticipating that we could go up to here. So, you know, I could be getting 20% gain still in my trading account. Meanwhile, I'm holding my long-term holding account. So I'm still making money even if this market goes up. But the difference is 15%. Just to like have some risk management here, I'm okay to give up 15%, because if we do go down, then I'm anticipating it will be 15% anyway, so that puts me at a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1. So I don't like those odds. Right here with Polkadot, seeing a nice buyback at this level. Let's check out the 6 hour. 6 hour still got a little bit of momentum to the downside. 4 hour looks like it could be turning around here. Got some nice bullish buyback here. So we'll have to see. Polkadot may be something that I'm really interested in getting into in my trading account. Even though I hold some in my long-term holding account, just simply because I do believe that this one is going to have some bullish news surrounding it, especially with the PokeSwap launch, all of the fundamentals that are coming with XOR and such. So yeah, so that's also something to look forward to. ADA getting a nice bounce at this green support level, right? We'll have to see what happens. We do have a 6 hour go long signal. When we got this on EGLD, we did see about a 60% move up, but you have to remember EGLD has a market cap like, you know, 10 times, or sorry, Cardano has a 10 times larger market cap, or almost 15x larger market cap than EGLD, so it takes a lot more money to move Cardano. But coming up to these levels wouldn't be too crazy, like even with the 6 hour buy signal, even if we were to, like, you know, go bearish with Bitcoin or whatever happens in March. Yeah, I mean, we could see a nice 23% gain from the, you know, from the top of this support band to the bottom of this resistance band. So we'll have to see what happens there. Polka Starter is still looking good here, to be honest. Like, it's come down and you see how it's respecting this line perfectly. It's really respecting this, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, it has respected it, and yeah, I'll maintain to play this with a bullish bias. Mind you, I did sell 200 of them, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. Just simply from a risk management perspective, it makes sense when, because at the end of the day, guys, like, these altcoins can have like the most bullish setups, like in any market, or like just look like they're gonna freaking moon. But if Bitcoin goes down, it drags everything with it, right? So you always have to play with the mindset that even though this looks extremely bullish, Bitcoin can, you know, quickly change that for everything in the market, no matter how bullish a chart looks. I was mentioning in the group earlier that 1 inch looks like it could have a nice bounce off of here. The 4 hour go long signal. 6 hour we're starting to print a buy signal here, so this may be a busted symmetrical triangle and we could go to the upside here. API 3 getting a nice bounce back, and a, you know, it's getting bought back up here. Nice trigger wave here. But yeah, I mean, I'm out of most of my little altcoins that are super speculative, so as of right now, even though I'm super bullish on this one, again, I'd rather buy it above $6. It's in my trading account. It's not long-term holding account for me. If you ask me, hey, is API 3, even though I'm extremely bullish on it, if you ask me, hey, do you think API 3 is going to be here for the next 5 or 10 years, I would say, I don't know, right? So if I can't answer that question, then it does not fit the criteria for my long-term holding account, okay? Galaxy, you know, this is one of the first times I actually took profit on Galaxy. I sold 50% of my holdings here at 1950. Doesn't mean it's going to go down. I would just look for it, as I mentioned in yesterday's video or the day before. I know it was either yesterday or the day before. I would look for it to come retest this bottom parabolic line. I mean, I've done really well with selling half like near tops and getting back in down here at these parabolic line levels, right? And it's in my TFSA, so I don't pay any taxes. It's not like I'm trading in and out every day. You know, I am typically holding these positions for, you know, roughly 28 days before even making a trade. Here I held for, I bought right here, so I held for, where was I, 1950, so it was over here, 35 days, right? So that's pretty good. Like, you're not trading every day, like you're holding for like a month, getting parabolic gains, you know, from this re-entry level I had here, not including the half that I'm never selling, or not selling until macro top. Like, you know, I just sold for roughly 130% profit in 35 days. So pretty good. I'm happy with that. XOR, as I mentioned, I sold 2 of these. You know, they are pretty expensive. They're like 500 bucks, but I'm going to long-term hold 5 and I'm going to see what happens. I'm comfortable with that amount. It does have the airdrop coming at some point, so I'm going to get 100, just under 100, like 94, 95 Val governance tokens for holding those. So, you know, I'll get 500 of those. So I'm pretty okay with that. Let's take a look here. Val, store validator tokens, these Val tokens. So they're $2.86. So if I get 500 of those, not bad, right? Like, you know, 1,500 thereabouts. So not bad at all. And yeah, I do like Sora against Ethereum for sure. Like, it's looking very productive here. It's looking like it wants to go higher. If you compare this top to this top, there's no comparison. We got more of a consolidation at the high, and we got a, like, you know, we got small sell candles, not like here we got huge sell candles, and now we're seeing consolidation again. So RSI is in the bullish control zone. Here it was dropping heavily, so we'll have to see what happens here. But if this continues to outperform Ethereum, I am happy with that. Oh yeah, I was looking at the Canadian US dollar, but what I did want to go to is the DXY, just to show you guys quickly, and then that'll be it. So the US dollar is seeing some continuation here, which isn't good for any markets, and that's why you see the stock market going down right now as well. This doesn't mean that the US dollar is like getting stronger from a fundamental perspective. It's just maybe some you know, institutional traders and investors are taking some profits here, right? They're taking profits, and when they sell their stocks, equities, whatever it may be, that is going to go back into dollars, right? That's the trading pair for almost everything on the American stock market. So that would naturally drive up the price of US dollars, right? Relative to the basket of index, or the basket of currencies that this index is compared to, which is like the Great British Pound, the Swiss franc, the euro, and, you know, probably the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, and all that. But again, we're going to have to see how it interacts with these levels. Remember, I was telling you about the moving averages. So we are seeing a bullish cross here on a daily. But if you go back in time, this red 200-week moving average has always held as a significant resistance level in a downtrend. So, and it is our first retest of that. So right here, we started our downtrend, got rejected by the 200-day moving average and continued lower. When we got above it, it went bullish. You know, so when we got above it, it went bullish. But, you know, on the way down, retest, breakdown, retest, breakdown, retest, breakdown, retest, breakdown. And then we were just getting further and further away from it until it propelled us higher. So, yeah, I would say we're kind of far away from it right now, but let's see. Let's see what happens here. I'll keep you guys up to date. If this thing starts going parabolic, then, well, it's very slow moving, but if it starts going up in a significant way, then it might be a good time to realize some profits, because, you know, everything's been going up in the world, like all the stocks, all the equities, you know, commodities have been, with the exception of gold as of the last few weeks. But maybe it's time to take some profits and hold some dollars until things kind of cool off a little bit, and then you know, look for some good entries again. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Hope you enjoyed the content. Remember, none of this is financial advice. This is just all my opinions and thoughts surrounding the market. Hopefully you can get some education and some increase of knowledge from this content. And until next time, take care. Telegram group is down below if you want to join that. Market Cipher affiliate link is down below, and also just please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Bye.